Hi, Dr. Sasse here from the Continence Center and Sasse Surgical. One of the questions we get a lot is, isn't bladder leakage normal at some age, or isn't bowel leakage kind of normal as we age? And while it's true that age certainly plays a role in the development of the problem, we don't consider bladder leakage or bowel leakage to be normal at any age. So one thing you should keep in mind is that if it starts to happen over the course of time, that does not mean that it's normal or that you should put up with it. In fact, there are great treatments today that generally solve the problem, both problems, either the bladder side or the bowel side, and also that other term that we use, which is overactive bladder, that has to do with kind of the spasm sensation and urgency related to the bladder that also results in leakage. So there's great treatments for all of those today that are available at any age, and we never turn someone away and say, oh, this is normal at your age. So let's just delve into that a little bit further. So why do we get these problems? Well, 9 times out of 10, the problem is a product of how the muscles are working, the muscles of the pelvic floor, which involves the sphincters of the bladder and the bowels and the coordination of all those muscles. And what they're really dependent on is this nerve signaling, what we commonly refer to as the transmission lines, the sort of communication that goes down and talks to those muscles and has them work in coordination. So childbirth plays a big role. As childbirth happens, pregnancy happens, those muscles get stretched, they can be torn, but also the nerves can get stretched and damaged. This can lead us with an inability to have proper control, but oftentimes it doesn't show up until many years, in fact often decades later. So the culprit can be, geez, I had that 9-pound baby, but it was 30 years ago. How come that's happening now, doc? It's because year over year we lose about 1% of that transmission line capability, and so as that nerve deterioration takes place, the bladder leakage and bowel leakage manifests many years later. So you can see how this is a product of age, but it's still not normal at any age. There are a lot of other factors that tend to hit us as we get a little bit older, like Parkinson's disease, like neurologic problems, like treatments like radiation or surgery that take place in the pelvis for treating cancers or other conditions. So collectively, all of this serves to weaken the coordination and the function of the pelvic floor muscles and can lead to leakage of both the bowels or the bladder. But are these normal? No, we don't think that's normal at any age. And wearing pads and kind of altering your life and stopping to go out, that's not good for us. It's not good to miss out on all the social occasions and important stuff of life. So if you're experiencing bladder leakage or bowel leakage or overactive bladder that's really interfering with your life, or if we're talking about your parent or your loved one who's experiencing those things, or wearing pads or getting up at night or having accidents, don't listen to people who say, oh, that's just normal at their age or at your age. It's not normal. We doctors don't consider it normal, and we consider it very treatable and something that we can definitely improve with modern therapies. I hope that's helpful. We wish you good health.